You are just in time for the Real Estate Profits with Purpose. Keep it here and learn how to buy and sell real estate the right way. Here are your hosts, Ian Boshoff and Jessica Couch.
Welcome to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm your host, Ian Boshoff, and here, as always, Jessica Couch. How are you doing today?
Great,
Jessica?
great.
Oh, good. Today's show is talking and touching on the life and journey of Jessica Couch, personally and professionally. And we've been talking about rates, products, what to do, tips and tricks on how to purchase or sell a property, and the financing tools you have available. But we haven't dove into ourselves individually. And
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this
I
with
am
you
too.
next.
I am too. I've been working with you for a very long time, and I think you think you know somebody until you don't ask these personal questions, and it's really important when you work with people, you really know who they are. And
so true.
And
yeah.
I'm really excited, and you're just a pinnacle of information in our real estate market. And,
same. This is where I get all of my information. I am, Ian reports it all back to us, which is so helpful to know exactly where we are from a professional and not an hour-long spiel. Like I get a 60-second, here's where we are, here's what changed, here's what's happening, and here's the prediction. And then we go, and we're able to disseminate that to all of our people. So it's really the power of having a team and having a team leader that knows what you're doing and when to make those really important moves.
Yeah. And you're Go. Her middle name's Go. Jessica Go Couch.
Take it.
So, just a real quick front here regarding our show. Our mortgage and real estate brokerage provides a streamlined white glove service approach to each and every client, ranging from first-time home buyers, homeowners, and new real estate investors emerging into the housing market. And when you work with us, we donate 10% of the profits to Sweet Dreams Foundation. So for those of you who have just tuned in or have been listening to the show, be sure if you have a question, give us a call or text to 916-872-7177, or you can log on to promortgagerealty.com if you'd like to be a part of the cause or have any questions. So getting into this, we're not going to ease into you, Jessica, yet, but we're going to.
No, I want to know where rates are. Can you tell us what's going to happen?
I love this is where I like to talk. This is what I like to talk about. The news here. So there's been quite a bit of information coming out, and the first article I want to touch bases on Yahoo Finance from the MBA is the U.S. 30-year mortgage rate plunges by the most in nearly 16 months. And we felt it big time, and I can elaborate after I read this. So it said the interest rates in the most common type of U.S. residential mortgages plunged last week by the most in nearly 16 months on the back of the rally of the Treasury market that drove down the benchmark yields. Used to set home loan costs. So the yields that set home loan costs plummeted, drove them down, and that was really good. The Mortgage Bankers Association, the MBA, on Wednesday said the average contract rate of a 30-year mortgage rate is the lowest in about a month. It was the largest weekly drop since July of 2022. Wow. So that is I can attest to that. We were pricing out a purchase with an FHA loan. Mm-hmm. We were making an offer, and it was 7.125% on an FHA loan.
Wow.
And when they got it accepted, it was over the weekend. Come Monday and Tuesday, the rate went from 7.125 to 6.625%.
Hallelujah.
So it's a 0.5% drop on FHA rates.
That's huge.
And conventional didn't drop quite as much, but I mean, we're seeing rates in the sixes. When they were saying, hey, date the 8, and I didn't like that.
Right, right.
I don't want to date the 8.
No, no one likes that 8. No one.
Well, stay away from the 8. So basically, this is the second weekly decline, further pulled home purchasing borrowing costs from 2-decade highs near 8, like we were just talking about, reached October when yields on the 10-year Treasury note, the benchmark for the U.S. home loan rates, have been charging higher. Here's some more information. As last week's decrease in rates was driven by the U.S. Treasury issuance update. The Fed striking a dovish tone in the November FQMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, statement that the data indicating a slower job market, said Joel Kahn of the NBA's Vice President Deputy Chief. And I really want to enhance on this is that the information that the Fed has been releasing has been kind of pushing into the fact that unemployment is higher. It's ticking higher and it's going a little bit higher, which shows that the strength of our economy isn't what they've been kind of stating. So in order to, based on what the Fed says, they don't know how to navigate through these waters as much.
Sure. And
every time you have a new federal chairman that, they're trying to get used to it, by the time they get used to it, they leave. Right, depending on the presidency, unless you're Alan Greenspan, that man knew his stuff. But what I wanted to add here, and this is important, this is kind of the premise of our show and what we're talking about. The MBA's Mortgage Market Composite Index measured the volume of mortgage applications for both home purchases and refinances of existing loans rose 2.5% from the week prior.
Wow.
And so and purchase applications rose 3% of the week, but they still remain 20% below this time last year. So what that tells you and what that tells us is that anytime there's a drop in rate, that the applications increase.
Absolutely. This is what I think we have been preaching for a minute.
Yeah.
Like as rates come down, prices are going to go up. It's a supply and demand.
Yeah, and when applications increase, that means more people are looking to buy.
Right.
When more people are looking to buy, that means you're going to be bidding for a property.
Right.
Right now is probably the best time I've seen any buyer to be able to get a deal on a property. It's not as good for the sellers anymore.
It is not. We are in a full force buyer's market right now, and we're going to be until the end of the year. So this is a great time to take advantage of the inventory that we have and getting everything that you want to make it work, like the buy down.
Well, I just thought that article resonates and it enhances everything we've been talking about on the show for the past 3 months,
right.
and no one sees it until what we saw just now. And furthermore, I'd like to add to this is that the initial job claims. So we were talking about that, why rates dropped. Well, according to the MBS, Mortgage-Backed Securities Company, initial job claims, which measures individuals filing for unemployment benefit for the first time, remain at 217,000 when factoring in the revision. While this figure is still relatively low, it's been moving higher and higher over the past few weeks. Continuing claims on those that continue to receive benefits after the initial jobs claim rose 22,000 to 1.83 million. These have risen by 173,000 over last 8 weeks. So continued jobless claims, right, for benefits have risen by 173,000 claims over the last 8 weeks. Does that tell you we're in a strong economy?
No.
Right? And this is going into and emerging into Thanksgiving, the shopping holidays, and things of that nature. Well, what this does is this report continues to show the employers are holding on to their workers, but the rise in continuing claims shows that once people are let go, it's becoming harder to find another job, and companies are hiring less. This was evident to the last ADP reports, and hopefully it's reflected in tomorrow's BLS job report. Now, the ZipRecruiter comments, they said that their revenue is down by over 31% year over year. They're a recruitment company.
Wow.
And so effective of the weakness in the job labor market, the CEO said that the Fed's rapid pace of rate hikes have increased borrowing costs for the businesses and is leading them to taking a much more cautious approach to hiring. There are lower job openings and less hirings. He also explained that it's taking longer for individuals to find work, as evidence is continuing claims and those currently employed and changing jobs less frequently. So this is all the telltale signs of a recession. And even though they haven't officially said it, I'm going to say it. Yeah, we're in a recession. If not in a recession, we are about to be in one. And what a recession is, it's just an affirmation that our economy is in the tanker. right? And so the biggest piece of this is that when we're in a recession, recessions take 22 months, and we've said it before. Recessions take 22 months to get out of a recession, and
from the point it's recognized.
From the point we're in it.
Okay.
Right. They'll recognize it maybe 3 months or 2 months or 4 months after we're already in it.
Okay.
They'll tell us, oh, we've been in a recession for 2 months, and so that'll be, okay, we're in a recession. Okay, great. Well, what happens is that we go on a pattern. Every time you go in a recession, for every single recession we've ever had in the history of our indexes, there always is a rate drop. And when that rate drop occurs, that's when you get the cheaper money. And that's when people start spending more money because their credit interests are cheaper. Their, the cost of goods starts settling down because people can start refinancing, pulling cash out, saving money, and borrowing at a lower interest rate. So, I mean, talk about, we've had record level debts, and it's been compounding and relentless pounding.
Right.
So now our housing market is showing that, right? People are pinching their pennies, and that's a big news for us in the market of real estate. So it's good news. We like recessions because it softens up the interest rates.
Right. So, which is going to make it so much easier for a lot of people as the interest rates change. Although it's in our housing market, it is going to mean prices increase because we're going to have a lack of inventory where we've been historically for quite a while. The last several years, we haven't had enough inventory.
Let me ask you something, Jessica. How many people that you work with have not pulled the trigger on buying a home because of the payment?
Oh, this is a regular conversation several times a day that I have with people.
Yeah.
I'm out in the community. I talk to a lot of people, as you do. So we're talking with people all the time that are thinking about it, and then they just haven't pulled the trigger yet. And that's what I hear. I say, are you waiting for rates to drop? Yeah, we were going to wait for that. And I said, let me give you a reason to consider another option. As rates come down, prices are going to go up. And most of the time, people are 3 to 6 months out from the time they think they're ready.
Yeah.
So I can't encourage people enough to get the ball moving now. If you think that you're going to be ready in 6 months, now would be the time to strategize with Ian. Have him pull your credit, a soft pull. It's not affecting your credit so that you know where they are. Some of these people are going to need a rapid rescore or to pay off a credit card or open a credit card. There's so many scenarios and variables to that.
I love it. Well, we are about to come up on a break. I don't want you guys to miss what's coming up next. We're going to finish talking about what the unemployment rate looks like and when we think the recession is going to be official. You don't want to miss this, and also you don't want to miss touching on Jessica's life and her personal journey in careers and personally throughout. So you don't want to miss this. Thank you for listening. We'll be back after this.
Sweet Dreams Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to glorify God by spreading peace, hope, and love to families with medically fragile babies and children. They offer dream bedrooms to children battling life-threatening illnesses, and their Ruse Baby program creates an atmosphere that will lift the spirit of the child, where they can laugh, play, and let their inner light shine. To learn more about the Sweet Dreams Foundation, visit sweet-dreams.org. When you work with Pro Mortgage and Realty, you're supporting the Sweet Dreams Foundation. Partner with Pro Mortgage and Realty today to buy or sell a home and help support the Sweet Dreams Foundation to help more children in our communities. Call or text Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty today at 916-532-8916. That's 916-532-8916, or visit promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 351319 and DRE number 017456667.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Shepard with the Shepard Group. With decades of combined experience, we know what it takes to help make one of the biggest decisions of your lives. Whether it be selling or purchasing a new home, the Shepard Group has the strategies to maximize your profit or negotiate the best deal when putting an offer together and getting it accepted. We're driven by being the difference maker and understand how stressful it can be when making your next real estate move. And we'd like to help you by covering some of those out-of-pocket expenses associated with buying a home, like home inspections and appraisal fees. Giving back not only strengthens our community, but it fills our hearts. That's why we partnered with local nonprofit organizations to do our part. We believe faith without works is dead, and so we ask that you put your faith in the fact that you were right where you were supposed to be when you heard this message knowledge, and trust that when you call us, you and your family will be in good hands for all of your real estate needs. Call the Shepard Group today at 916-410-4455 or visit theshepardgrouphomes.com.
The Shepard Group, powered by Pro Mortgage and Realty, NMLS number 351319, DRE number 01745667. And now more with the Real Estate Profits with Purpose on AM 1380, The Answer.
Welcome back to Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm here with Jessica Couch. And
you're getting schooled today.
Getting schooled today.
Yes, I love it.
We've been talking about some articles about the market and the lowest rates we've seen in 16 weeks, or what is it, 16 months almost?
Oh,
God,
my
man. It's and it's been a crazy battle that we've had with rates, and so you definitely want to stay tuned here because we're going to be getting into the life of Jessica Couch.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to dig in this. But last thing we were just talking about is the recession and how we feel like we're pretty much approaching it and almost in it. When recession does take effect, that means rates are going to go down, and that means that more buyers are going to jump in the market and snag up deals. If you haven't thought about getting pre-approved, or if you're thinking about getting pre-approved, you need to reach out to us, 916-872-7177. Get your last deal on a property that you can before all those buyers flood in the market. But
yeah,
right, Jessica?
Absolutely.
So the big news that we got from the MBS is the SOM rules. And the SOM rules is kind of an indicator of unemployment rates and the expansion. This is a graph, okay? And I just want to let everyone know that on this graph, we are about a milli-inch away from approaching the recession line. And so once you're in that, past that recession line, you're in a recession. So according to the unemployment rates of the previous years and the previous crashes, we had a crash in 1948, and this is a crash. This means that we're in a recession.
Right.
Not all these are a housing crash. So this is a 1948, 53, 57, 60, 69, 73, 79, 81, 1989, 2000, and of course 2007, 2020, COVID, and right now it's 2023. Right. Our big housing crash was May 2007. Right. So you're thinking of what I'm thinking. We are way overdue based on all these numbers. Each number is about 10 years apart. This one, we are approaching not 10 years. We're approaching a good 15 years away from the last housing event. Right.
Wow.
And so we're kind of due. And what I just want to reiterate is in 2007, and in 2000, the NASDAQ crash, our unemployment rate was at 3.8%.
Interesting.
Okay.
And where are we right now for unemployment?
3.4%.
Oh, very interesting.
And that was in April. Okay. I'm not saying what we're in October.
Right.
October is 0.5% above 3.4, which takes us to 3.9%. That's higher than our NASDAQ crash at 3.8.
Wow.
Our unemployment number right now is 3.9%. Okay, we need less than a little breeze to push us into a recession. I'm not saying we're in one, but I am saying we're in one, Right. So just kind of like pushing this out there. If you look at the chart that I'm looking at, and feel free to log on our website, promortgagerealty.com, just fill in your information, ask if you like to see the recession indicator chart and the SOM rules chart. You can see it for yourself. I'd love to share this information with you, but this stuff is amazing to look at because you will see that we are on the cusp of this housing event. And what that means is rates are going to drop, and talk about refinancing.
Right.
Now that's going to inject more cash into the community. People are going to pull cash out to pay off debt. They're going to be able to pull out cash to put a down payment on a property.
Right.
They're going to be pulling HELOCs out on their house. Right now they're still pulling out HELOCs, but this is some really crazy information that we haven't heard in a while. So I'm kind of excited, and I know you are.
Well, so what would you say to these people that I meet all the time that say, "Oh, the market's going to crash"? I watch the news all the time, and the market's going to crash. It
already did
months away. So, I'm like, how do you rebuttal that? These people are certain the market is going to crash and houses are going to come back at 200,000.
No, it's a different play because 2007 was a event where it was associated to poor underwriting usage.
Very true.
So the GSEs, the government-sponsored entities, they would say, hey, we're going to write a loan if you have a Social Security and a Pulse, you know, and it's 100% financing, by the way. It's stated income, stated asset. You don't need to show any income, and that's why the non-QM rules came into play. The CFPB implemented rules where you have to prove your income and not put you in a position of that. So the biggest thing here is that even with where rates have doubled, market is still up in housing, right? And so the people that bought a house last year are still realizing. In fact, Fannie Mae is saying a 10% increase of purchases are going to take place in 2024. So, I mean, you know, that's what I have to say about that, Jessica.
No, I couldn't agree more. I firmly believe we're going to see prices come up as rates come down. And I'm still seeing our appraised value. We just had an appraisal come in well beyond where I thought it was going to come in.
Absolutely.
So I'm still seeing that, you know, the value, I'm seeing a marginal dip, like 10% in some neighborhoods, not all.
Well, the high end, right?
The high end,
the high end
sure,
stuff, anything over 750 or 650, you know, that's high end in our area, but in Orange County, it's a little different. But honestly, the $1 million properties, those are sitting long. And I mean, because the payment's through the roof if you're financing, and people with cash are kind of holding on to it, waiting for that perfect time. So I feel the perfect time's about to get us here.
I completely agree. I think we are in perfect timing for those that want to be able to grab a deal.
Well, good. So, Jessica, enough about the news. I want to hear the news about Jessica. And if for those that don't know Jessica Couch, she's been a real estate agent for 25 years, right? She knows she's I lean on her when I want to know a lot of things about real estate. I'm more of the loan guy. I have done real estate. I am licensed in real estate, but my main spiel is mortgage. I'm the mortgage guy. And
strategy guy. Yeah,
and Jessica, I swear, this girl knows how to do my job and her job and everyone else's job, even if it's not even mortgage and real estate related. She's an amazing powerhouse. So I'm so excited to have you with us every single show.
Oh, thanks.
And not only that, but today too. So let's get into some questions. I want to ask you, okay? This is kind of a funny question. It's personal. Where did you grow up?
Sacramento. I know all the zip codes. You can give me any cross street. I know where we are.
Sacramento.
Yep.
And you were born in Sacramento?
Yep, born in Sacramento. Raised in Sacramento.
Born and raised in Sac. Okay. And what school did you go to? What elementary school?
Howe Avenue.
Howe Avenue.
Yep.
So right in the heart of Sac.
In the heart of Sac. I was going to say something else. In the heart of Sacramento, yes.
So how was your upbringing as a kid? What's your story there?
I grew up in a really big family, very, very religious. We went door to door.
How big? How big of a family?
8 kids.
Everyone
knew us. 8 kids. Yeah. Everyone knew our family.
You're busy.
Yeah.
Everyone's busy. That's why you got a ton of energy.
Yeah, no, I think we had. Yeah, my sister and I were the oldest, so we got a lot of responsibility and knew how to bring up the younger ones. But we went door to door. So I think this is where my love
as a Jehovah's Witness, right?
Yep, door to door and a lot of stage. You do a lot of practice door to door on stage, and that was my goal. Like, how do you get up there? Like, what do you need to do? And they said, oh, you need to read. You need to know how to read, and you need to know how to memorize. And I'm like, I love reading, and I definitely have memorizing down.
That's amazing,
because that's what you need to do. So I still love being able to go door to door for a different purpose, by the way. Different purpose. I'm not among that religion, but I love going to people's door with actual good news of your property is now worth $450,000. And, for folks that have lived in their house for a long time, bought it in 1980 for $37,000, that is good news.
Yeah.
And so when they tell me they're never moving, I say, great. Can I let everybody know that? They're going to come through my open house. They're going to ask about the neighborhood. I want to be able to refer back to you and let them know that you've lived here this long and that you have friends in the neighborhood and family in the neighborhood. Maybe you know somebody that wants to come over to our open house. So I think it's a great skill set to have learned early on.
Yeah. That's amazing. You were going door to door. I love that story. We have a similar thing, but I wasn't in that realm of things. But what as a kid, what type of kid were you? Were you always just kind of full of energy, going door to door, athletic? What was your
total tomboy? Yeah, total tomboy. My mom was always dressing me in like tights, and I was having battles on the playground of like who could do the highest death drop. I'd come home bloody all the time. I'm a total daredevil and highly competitive.
I love that. So were you as a daredevil? Did you have any side hustles as a kid? Any ways that you made money?
You bet. I mean, my sister and I had every babysitting gig on the block and within our congregation. I mean, we had flyers when
and you door knocked for those.
We door knocked. We knew all the neighbors. We raked
great.
everybody's leaves. We washed cars. We were very industrious. And then I think we entered 6th grade, 5th and 6th grade, maybe we had a paper route, and then we had big goals of like, we're getting a waterbed. That was our goal. Waterbed and a big screen TV.
Yeah,
it wasn't even a big screen. It was just a big TV.
Yeah, it was a big TV. Yeah, I love those.
That was our goal. Yeah, we delivered the newspaper, delivered the penny saver. Yeah, we had some side hustle going. I couldn't wait to get my own business.
And you grew up middle class, lower class.
Yeah, very regular middle class. Yeah, my mom taught aerobics. My
jazzercise, right?
Straight aerobics with a step up. Yeah, my stepdad was a contractor, so I have I've grown up in this world of contracting.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, are we coming up on a break here? We got coming up on a break. You don't want to miss this. We've got some great information about Jessica Couch, a real estate extraordinaire up here in Northern California, one of the top agents. So you don't want to miss. If you have any questions during the show or after the show, be sure you text her to 916-532-8916. That's 532-8916. We'll be back after this. Hi, I'm Ian Boshoff, CEO of Pro Mortgage and Realty. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we've streamlined the home buying process, providing you the fast mortgage pre-approval and top-performing real estate agents that will negotiate the best price for you, all under one roof. If you call or text to 916-872-7177, that's 916-872-7177, we'll help with those out-of-pocket expenses like home inspection, appraisal, and closing costs. We make it easy. From down payment assistance programs, no income qualifying loans to conventional FHA and VA loans, we have you covered. We'll help you find the right financing program and the right home. Be sure to ask about our temporary buy-down program that's negotiated towards your interest rate and can end up saving you thousands. Work with a team that's with you every step of the way. Work with the pros, Pro Mortgage and Realty. Call 916-872-7177 or visit promortgagerealty.com.
NMLS number 351319, DRE number 017456667.
If you or a family member are in the process of buying a home, then you'll want to hear this. Pro Mortgage and Realty has streamlined the home buying process, providing you with mortgage pre-approval and a top-performing real estate agent all under one roof. And if you call or text within the next 10 minutes to 916-872-7177, that's 916-872-7177, they will cover your closing costs. Pro Mortgage and Realty makes it easy. They will negotiate the best deals and save you thousands by using one company. From down payment assistance programs, DSCR loans, FHA and VA loans, and more. They cover all aspects of mortgage and real estate, from finding you the right finance programs to finding you the right home. Work with a company that can be with you throughout the whole home buying process. Call 916-872-7177 or visit ProMortgageRealty.com for more information. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 315319 and DRE number 017456667.
And now more with the Real Estate Profits with Purpose on AM 1380, The Answer.
Welcome back, everyone. Real Estate Profits with Purpose. I'm here with Jessica Couch, and this is a delightful day. We get to talk about her life.
I can't wait to do this to you next week.
I'm going to be sick. So we talked about how we feel like we're almost in a recession.
Yeah.
Rates are about to drop heavier than they did last week. And if you haven't bought a home, you should think about getting pre-qualified ASAP with us or anybody else you know. So anyway, we were talking about Jessica's life. Where did you grow up? What's your upbringing? She's native Sac. We were talking about the side hustles, and I want to dive into the side hustle. So you had a babysitting, racketeering.
Yep.
And what else did you do?
We washed cars. That was our Saturday gig. We washed cars. We raked everybody's leaves when the weather turned.
Yeah.
And then we had a paper route. I think it was the beginning of winter.
Well, how early did you get up?
Oh, man, it was like 5 a.m. It was raining, and our parents were like, no, you said you wanted to do this. Get in your bike.
I love it.
So I think that's where the hustle started. You're really the drive. I wanted to, we were we're a middle-class family, but with 8 kids, my parents were not doling out dollars. So we had to go figure out a way to make money. And I think that is the backbone of like where I get this hustle from.
Yeah, that's where you see it. You have 8 kids. I mean, I go to McDonald's. We have 6 people in the house, 7 people in the house. I forget how many we have, and it's like $100,
right?
For McDonald's.
Fast food.
And so I'm like, okay, we need to cook, but I can't imagine back then, and so as you grew up, right, you had all these side hustles, and did you have a job
I started working really early. As soon as I think back then you'd get a work permit at 14. Yeah, I was working as early as possible. I couldn't wait to work.
To make that money.
Yeah, I always wanted my own business, and not for the reasons that I hear people tell me they want to get into business, for the freedom. I'm like, I'm all about the money. I want to make more money. I want to bring all my friends out. I want everybody to come up, and I want a business. So I knew early on that's what I wanted to do, and not for the freedom, but for the ability to bring up a team and have more for everybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always been my goal.
So nothing's changed?
No, my mantra is all I want is more than I can handle. Because at that level, you're able to bring in more people, and that's what I want. I want all my friends to work with me.
Got it. Well, I love that. I think making money is always a good thing, especially when you're a kid and you hustle. These kids, lately they just want to play video games.
I heard you can make money doing that.
You can.
Yeah.
One of our kids, he's doing YouTube. He's been grinding on YouTube every day, posting videos, and he wants to become an influencer. He got 5 million views on this last video, and he's 17.
Wow,
and
good
he's been
for
doing
him.
every day.
I need to come take lessons.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, we're about to use you. I think we have an actual caller, but you want to let's pause our questions here and take this call. Hi, you're on the air, Kimberly. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I understand that you have a couple listings on in the market that you wanted to share with us.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
All right. So we have one in Natomas. The address is 2933 Maybrook Drive. We just dropped the price to $699,900. It's 4 bedrooms with a dedicated office downstairs, and it's ready to go.
Awesome.
We also have another one.
How much is that one, Kimberly?
$699,900.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. And you said you had another one?
Yep. 9388 Broxton Avenue in Elk Grove. And this one's listed at $984,900. And it's one of those Lennar Next Gen, has a PebbleTech pool. It's amazing. You guys need to come see it.
We do need some next generation homes. Everybody loves those.
And a PebbleTech pool.
And a PebbleTech pool, yes. But that mother-in-law's quarters is it.
Awesome. Well, what day are your open houses on that one?
So the one on Maybrook is going to be Saturday from 10 to 1.
Okay.
And then the Broxton one will be listed.
Awesome. Soon. Awesome. And how do they get a hold of you if they want more information about these properties, Kimberly?
Reach me at 916-580-1675.
Well, thank you so much for giving us a call. And you guys need to go out and check those properties out because I know they're fantastic. You have PebbleTech and Next Gen. You can't ask for anything else.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. Thanks, Kimberly.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Well, that's great. We just we also offer agents to call in and provide listings in the area. So any hot listing or new listing, if you're an agent out there listening, you can tune in, pitch your listing on the air so any listeners can do that. So we'll get back to our we've been talking about your life here, but we'll hold those calls for next time. But at what point, I guess, you went through the side hustles you were working, and any sort of trials and tribulations did you ever have that you want to share with the public, after you were hustling and working and trying to create an empire at 14?
I would say real trial. And I don't know. I don't share this with everybody because I wouldn't want my children to follow in these footsteps. But I moved out at 16.
Wow.
I wasn't even quite 16, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with a lot of the things that were being taught. I just had too many questions for my own good, and I had
as a Jehovah's Witness,
as a Jehovah's Witness, I really did. These things didn't line up for me, a couple of them, and I had too many questions, and I wasn't getting the right answers, and said this isn't for me.
Right.
And so I decided to move out because that wasn't an option of living at home if you were of that religion.
Right.
So I moved out and got 2 jobs and paid my own health insurance. And in fact, when I went to get car insurance, that was the beginning of my sales. I went to get car insurance, and the guy said, it's going to be like $150 a month for farmers' car insurance. I said, you've got to be kidding me. I'm going to need a second job. He said, you're hired. Show up at 5 o'clock. And we had phone books back then. He said, call everybody through the phone book, find out if I can save them money on their, their car, home, auto, life. Every appointment you book, highlight it, I'll give you $10. And man, I mean, I was like #1 sales. They hired some more people, but no one beat me. I was untouchable. I mean, I was
That's awesome.
dialing every night. I got a lot of people in for this guy, and he ended up referring me to another farmer's agent. And we did a lot of work. When we didn't have enough work, I said, hey, you know what I think we ought to do? The next guy was Dennis in Elk Grove. When I was in Elk Grove, I said, we ought to go door to door, Dennis. That's what we ought to do for apartments and get them to get renter's insurance. I bet these people don't have it. And he was like, you're on to something, kid. So
no way.
Went out and did door to door and got, everyone renter's insurance as well. Like, yeah, this was really the beginning of my sales, I think.
I got to say something about Jessica with real estate. So every time there's a listing that she's got, she will knock on every door in the neighborhood and hand them a flyer, tell them about the property, and ask them if any friends or family. And so if you're ever interested in an agent that out hustles every other agent on the face of the planet, this is Jessica right here that you're hearing. You're hearing her story. So
I love going door to door and meeting all the neighbors and finding out what they love about the neighborhood, how long they've been there.
Yeah.
Those are the stories. When you meet people that are in their 70s or 80s that have been in a neighborhood for as long as I've been alive, like, that's amazing. They're going to give you some real history about what went down over here.
Well, you did that. You were hustling, but what happened? Did you still stay in touch with your parents? And
Oh yeah. No,
were they fine?
Yeah.
You said you can't live here?
No, that was the option. But I mean, honestly, my parents were like, well, you look like you haven't figured out. I mean, that was really,
no kidding. We borrow some money?
That was really sort of the line. Like,
so you got into the insurance business. And how long did you do insurance for?
Oh, I don't know, quite a while. I really wanted to work with kids. So I was taking classes to get all my ECE units. I really wanted to have like a before and after school and daycare. I love kids. I love babies. That's what I really wanted to do.
Well, you had a family of 8. So,
Yes.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I did not know that about you. So at what point, so you went from insurance and did you get into making babies? Did you get into having babies?
Yeah,
did you
I had children pretty young. Yeah, I worked at a restaurant for a long time and wanted to buy that until I realized you don't. That was sort of the same thing with working with children. Somebody said, you're not going to make any money at this. And I thought, okay, well, I love working at the restaurant. I love serving people. That's, love that. I wanted to buy the restaurant. We sort of looked at numbers and I went, this is not the path.
Yeah.
And that's what led me initially to real estate. I thought I want to do something that I'm able to work 14-hour days and wear high heels. What are the options? And real estate was like top of the list. So I decided, early on,
Did you know someone in real estate?
Yeah, yes, I did.
Who was that?
My high school boyfriend's mom, who became my, we're still in touch. This woman ran a brokerage and she was hustler extraordinaire.
What year was
she
this?
had it down? Gosh, in the 80s. I mean, I was like beginning of high school. 89. I was going into high school. And this woman had it down. So I knew what the goal was at that point in time. And I had children young. And as I was married and I had a baby, my best friend at the time called me and said, dude, I'm buying a house. And I went, what? You have $2? How is that possible? And it was when HUD was doing the $500 down deal.
No way.
She got a house. I was able to get a house. We both got licensed. And that was the beginning.
What did they buy the house for?
Oh gosh, that was like $199 or something. I mean, houses were so cheap then. It was let me think about this. 99. It was 99 when I bought my first house. I was 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So you got into real estate by boyfriend's mom, and then she took you under her wing and trained you, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. You just kind of had to figure it out for yourself.
There's a lot of figure it out for yourself. Yeah.
How was real estate back then without was online integrated with that?
Oh, heck no. I was driving around with a Thomas guide trying to figure out, what we were doing.
Yeah.
And the programs were changing all the time, just as they are now. But what I really loved was that we had one office and we had mortgage and real estate, and you were working with one team.
Got it.
I mean, gosh, when it was just a godsend having you start this up and having this
mortgage
combination
and
yes, having that strategy.
Yeah.
Like that's what was lacking in previous brokerages I was with, for sure.
Well, I agreed, and that's why we opened it, right?
Yeah,
a year and a half ago. And
so happy.
And I think I started my mortgage venture the same time you started your
Right.
real estate venture. So when you give us a call at 916-872-7177, you work with Jessica and maybe give me an opportunity to help out with your financing. So you don't want to miss this next segment. We have more questions with real estate extraordinaire Jessica Couch. Be sure you text any listeners, text to 916-532-8916 to Jessica if you have questions during or after the show, and we'd love to answer them. We'll be back after this.
Hi, I'm Jessica Couch. When you're buying or selling your next home, work with an experienced team that knows the business, a local team that knows the market, and that has the skill set to take care of every single detail. We will get you top dollar if you're selling, and we'll help negotiate the best deal if you're buying, all without spending $1 out of your own pocket. Work with Pro Mortgage and Realty. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we cover those out-of-pocket expenses like inspections, appraisal, and help with your closing costs. It's our commitment to make your next real estate transaction easy and stress-free as possible. We're not all about business. At Pro Mortgage and Realty, we've developed deep roots in the community. We've partnered with local nonprofits, and we give back. Come work with the team that's got your back. Call or text today. Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty, 916-532-8916. Or visit us at promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros.
NMLS 351319, DRE 01745667.
Sweet Dreams Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit whose mission is to glorify God by spreading peace, hope, and love to families with medically fragile babies and children. They offer dream bedrooms to children battling life-threatening illnesses, and their Ruse Baby program creates an atmosphere that will lift the spirit of the child, where they can laugh, play, and let their inner light shine. To learn more about the Sweet Dreams Foundation, visit sweet-dreams.org. When you work with Pro Mortgage and Realty, you're supporting the Sweet Dreams Foundation. Partner with Pro Mortgage and Realty today to buy or sell a home and help support the Sweet Dreams Foundation to help more children in our communities. Call or text Jessica Couch of Pro Mortgage and Realty today at 916-532-8916. That's 916-532-8916, or visit promortgagerealty.com. Work with the pros. Pro Mortgage and Realty. NMLS number 351319 and DRE number 01745667.
And now more with the Real Estate Profits with Purpose on AM 1380, The Answer.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Here with my host, Jessica Couch. How are you doing, Jessica?
Wonderful.
We've been drilling her like a trial on all the things that she grew up with. She's been talking about she got into the insurance game. She left her house when she was 16. She had like 4 side hustles, and she got into real estate because you could work 14 hours a day and wear high heels.
Yep,
so
that was the mark.
I love this. This is great stuff. And in front of and on top of that, she used to door knock as a kid, and so I think this is
honing my skills.
She was just being like groomed to be a real estate agent. So I'm so happy to have you on the show and for you to share your past history with us. So
love it.
Also, we've been talking about the emerging into the recession news. So if you missed it, you just tuned in, go on to YouTube, Pro Mortgage and Realty. We are the Real Estate Profits with Purpose. Be sure you can go in there and subscribe and listen to the show next week, and you don't want to miss it. So anyway, I want to head back into these questions, and these questions are, personal and business, but we got into how you got into real estate. How was it naturally easy or hard for you?
I think there was a lot of pieces that were easy. There's a lot of things that are hard about real estate that you're not told when you get licensed. Yeah. Getting licensed is easy. All of the other stuff, it's hard. It's why I love mentoring, new agents so much. There's so much to know. And if you have somebody that can give you a 1, 2, 3, a recipe to follow, it's so much easier. And working with someone that shares what they do and they're good at what they do, that's who you want to be with. If you're new and you're trying to get information from somebody who you think is good and they're not sharing, they're probably not at the level that they need to be. Well, and maybe even, spiritually, I guess, because, we really, we're believers. We believe in giving back, and I believe in the power of abundance. It's why I'm able to tithe. We firmly believe it all comes back around, and there are no secrets in this business. I don't know the people so I can't steal them. I can't, all this great idea of like giving back to everybody, it's going to work for you too. Yeah. So if I can give you that recipe, and we're really working from this law of abundance, and it all comes back around, there's enough for everybody, and we can share it. I think we can really bring up a whole tribe. That's amazing. I think that there's people that think that if you're getting something, there's no room for me to get something. No. And the more you give, the more you get. Yeah. And that's what you learn as you get older, like us. And so I think that that's such a, wonderful thing that you do. I've seen you take in people with, drug issues, personal issues, and just issues with money, and you've taken them and you house them and you bring them in. I mean, you do everything for these people, and I love your heart. You have that heart that resonates with the community. So it's amazing. And you also sit on the board of Sweet Dreams, which I'm trying to get on. I haven't filled out the paperwork yet. I know. But we need an assistant to fill this out for you. You're too busy doing loans. Yeah, but no, there's no excuse. But the Sweet Dreams Foundation is we donate to that. So anything derived off the show, 10% goes to the Sweet Dreams Foundation, and they build dream rooms for children fighting life-threatening illnesses. So it's amazing what you do there, and I'm just so happy to be almost a part of that. Yeah. Great organization. I don't want to take ownership on that at all yet. Also, was there ever a time that you just wanted to quit? Yeah, I'll give you a real quick summary. Yes, there was. And really, this is the beginning of this company coming together. I adopted my nephew who passed away earlier this year with lymphoma. I firmly believe like God prepares us for all of the things we're going to go through before we're going through them. Yeah. And I'm better at looking at that as an opportunity now. I was also a foster mom, so I had a lot of children with a lot of medical. And it was really hard. Yeah. It was really hard. And a mutual friend of ours in Tidal called and said, "How's everything going?" And I said, "Not good. I'm having a real hard time right now keeping this together." Right. And he said, "Oh, you should talk to Ian. He's starting something up." And man, we just started kicking butt together. You have programs. You were ready to go, able to strategize. And we were just getting stuff in contract, just slamming them. And I went, wow, okay, I'm having fun again. Thank you. I needed that. I needed a change from where I had been with just a real estate brokerage and not having that lending side where we could strategize, work together, give people the very best deal. You're all on top of everything with new programs and the strategy to make it work and how to make it work. Well, thank you. Just took me disseminating some of that. So it was all you. I mean, you brought in everybody, but honestly, for what you went through with Jackson and him passing away and all the medical issues that your other kid was dealing with, and blood transfusions weekly, and driving to the Bay Area and holding it together with real estate. I mean, you're just amazing. So I think that's not a lot of people. A lot of people do go through that and they just don't talk about it, or they think that they're the only ones going through it. So you're not. So I just admire that about you. Oh, thank you. So you have wanted to quit, but obviously you're here, so you're not. No quitting, yeah. Quitting just is a word that we don't involve. And when did you realize that you finally made it past? You made it, like leaving, you left home at 16. When did you finally make it? Was it when you bought your own first steak or what was the moment that made you feel like you made it? Oh, I think buying my first house for sure. That was like, I made it. And getting my real estate license, like right about that same time, I thought, okay, I've got this, this much figured out. But I think real success is doing something you really love. Right. So, I've loved my time being a foster parent. There's no comparison. I had 4 years of, adopting and foster parenting special needs children. That was the greatest experience. That takes a patient person. Well, and to be able to do that along with real estate and have the power of our team to, come around me and be able to still do all the business that we're doing, that's amazing. I really felt like I'm doing it. I'm surrounded by people that deal with special needs. My partner, she's a special ed education teacher, and for Mod Severe, and
And so I think I'm special needs because I need these people to be able to deal with people like me. And so I appreciate it. I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that I just end up around people like that. It's funny.
You're around very patient people. It's a good thing.
Yes, because they need to be patient to deal with me. So you didn't quit, and what I know you love helping people. Is there something inside of you that just makes you want to help people? Why? Why do you help so many people?
I think I'm a believer, right? We're both involved in Bayside. I'm a believer, and I firmly believe that is our purpose. That is what we are supposed to be doing.
That's right.
And we talk a lot about this in Bible study with, my girls. We have this little group, the Bible girls. Like, often people don't need a scripture. They need a flipping hug. They need, it's going to be okay. Do you need a ride to the doctor?
Right.
Do you need to come over for a cup of coffee?
Or ice cream.
Yes, or ice cream. Yes. That's what people really need. So I think when you're just setting an example of just loving everybody and helping as many people as you can, genuinely out there to help and work with good people, I think it's so easy to just be in sync and be in that flow of what we're supposed to be doing. That is our purpose. Well, and we get lost on that sometimes.
I think we do, because we get so busy in our job trying to pay our bills, and you forget why we're actually here.
Right.
And if there's anyone that has been thinking, gee, I don't know if I qualify for a house, or gee, I want to get into real estate but don't know how, or if you're just not sure where to turn to, this girl right here, Jessica Couch, is the person to talk to. And I just can't stress it enough. You need to text her to 916-532-8916 or log on to promortgagerealty.com and ask if you'd like to speak with Jessica. Her information is right there, or you can text her anytime.
Yeah, day or night, I'm up early.
She's an open book. She's up all the time. But it's just, she's high on life, and you're just an amazing, awesome agent. I've never seen an agent get so many credits from a seller. I mean, last deal was like $20,000 in seller credit on a $500,000 house.
Well, this was all strategy, though. We strategized what payment they needed, what was going to be best for their family. We spend a lot of time on the phone together, making sure that we're really taking their needs, not our needs, their needs into consideration.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the thing about agents, they got lazy, right? When the market was really busy and there was multiple offers, that no one fought for their clients. And I think you are one that I've seen fight for your clients. You've been taking money out of your pocket to pay for inspections and appraisals, and you've been negotiating to get those credits for those items, and not a lot of agents do that, and that would separate you from everyone else. And on top of that, your numbers smoke everybody else's.
It's volume.
Jessica does like 4 or 5 deals, she'll wake up in the morning and say, I need to close 2 deals or things are going to happen here. And she'll get into contract on two deals, and she'll drive with you. She'll take you around, and
pick you up in my Tesla.
I mean, this is a girl that hustles. So I know you got some listing. You got a listing. We got a couple minutes left. So tell me about your listing.
We have a single level, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den, huge backyard, covered pergola, original owners in Sun City, Lincoln, the over 55 community, golfing community.
Beautiful.
So you can call me direct. If you can't make the open house, we're also doing an estate sale there. And I know you have a huge property that would make an amazing kind of care home or someone that has 8 children. Yep. This is the house you would need.
Yeah, it's got 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms in Rockland and Whitney Oaks. Gated community is $107 HOA a month.
Nothing.
Price tag's about $1.4 million. And I mean, this thing is definitely a killer buy. It's beautiful. I mean, you talk about amenities and living in a neighborhood where they're custom built homes. It's 5,300 square feet. So if you have any questions about that property, or questions about any of our listings, or questions about the show, or interested in working with us, go to promortgagerealty.com and fill out your information. We'll be happy to get to you. You can also text me to 916-872-7177. And, this is the time that the end of the year starts happening, right? And families get together, and we want to give to the community. So there's the mortgage miracle, right?
Can you talk about that?
I want to talk about that real quick before we go. If you could win it's a Christmas mortgage miracle, which pays your mortgage and rent for the entire year.
Dang.
Go to our website and fill out your information. We'll get you entered in for a free mortgage payment up to $18,000,
Wow.
I think it is, for free rent or free mortgage for the entire year.
Wow.
And you can sign up multiple times if you like and subscribe our YouTube channel and just fill in your information. It's promortgagerealty.com. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much for listening to our show. And thank you so much, Jessica, for coming in and sharing about your personal and business
thanks for
life.
having me.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Okay.